Okay, so you're looking for tips to grow your business fast. In this video, I'm not going to just tell you what you need to do, but I'm actually going to show you how to do it as well. Absolutely no waffling in this video. I'm just going to share with you fun and facts that you need to know. So first things first, you're going to have to find out exactly who your ideal customer or client is. You literally do not have a business if you don't know who they are, who you're actually speaking to. So what you're going to do, how you're going to do that, is you're going to hop onto Facebook, go onto all the groups that you can possibly find and just see who's hanging out there that are in your ideal niche. Depending on what type of business you have, you can find the appropriate Facebook groups. I'm sure you know how to do that. Just go onto groups, type it in, and you'll find all the groups around the world, local to you, wherever it is you need to find. Once you're in those groups, you're going to stalk them. We're going to do a lot of stalking here. Just stalk everyone online. It's so easy now just to find out what anyone's interested in or what questions they're asking. So if you go into these groups, you can ask some questions or you can see what everyone else is asking, because you'll probably find that people are already asking the questions about this type of product or service or anything in this industry. You can also go onto your Instagram and do some polls and questionnaires. Go onto your stories and do some polls and ask about what people are interested in. So let's just say you're starting a baby boutique. If you want to go into your Instagram stories, then go onto the poll and ask loads of questions. Do you prefer neutrals or brights? Do you prefer spots or stripes? Just loads of questions that you might want to ask to find some feedback about your product. Or if it's a service that you're offering, you can ask questions about how people are feeling or what people would be interested in. You can do questionnaires and polls, and I promise you, you'll get so many good answers. Another good way to do it is to write out your own questionnaire. Everything that you need to know, just write in a document and send it out to people. Send it out to friends, family, people that you might find through Instagram or Facebook, and just ask politely if they would mind filling it out because you're doing some research, and you'll be surprised at how many people actually want to help you. Another way I really like to do it is to go on YouTube and just go into the community tab and ask questions there. Go into other people's comments and see what they're writing on the videos. If it's a video specific to your product or service, you'll find a lot of gold in those comments, a lot of questions and a lot of things that people didn't like. Just keep all this in a database on a Word document, write it all down so you have collated all this information and you really know your customer. This might sound a little bit silly, but you really want to get into the minds of your customer or client. Find out what it is they really want. Do they want to be loved? Do they want to feel fulfilled? Do they want to leave their job? Do they want to be part of a community? What is it that they are desiring? What is it that they really want from life? Once you know what they want, you're going to take them to the need. So if it's love that your customer wants, if they want to be loved, how can your product help them with that? What is it that your product can give them that they really want and need? Okay, if I'm waffling a little bit and you're like, what on earth are you talking about? I'm going to give you an example. So if we're going on the topic of love, if that's what they want to feel loved, that's the emotion that they're desiring. Let's just say your product is a book. You're wanting to sell a book. So your book will touch their emotions, it will give them that feeling of comfort and joy and feeling loved. Or if your business is a service, it's a service that you're offering, you can give them comfort in their heart. Your business can give them reassurance. Or your product could be ice cream. You're going to be giving them pleasure in eating that ice cream. So that's touching their emotions, and they're all different products. So don't feel like your product has to specifically just be for that one thing. Your product or service can be for so many desires and feelings that people want. You need to stop talking about you. Stop talking about your business. People don't want to hear about you and your business. I'm sorry, it's the hard truth, but people don't. They want you to solve a problem for them. They want you to do something for them. Most people, when they're buying things, they're actually thinking about their own needs and not actually caring about what the business does. So if you can solve a problem for them, then they're going to buy from you, or they're going to buy your service, they're going to buy your product. So make sure that your messaging is directly about solving a problem. Simple little changes can lead to sales so much faster. If they know that you care about them and they think that you're speaking directly to them as a person, you're concentrating on that person, on that niche, they'll think, they're speaking to me, they know how I'm feeling, I need their product, I need their service, and they'll want to buy it right there and then. you really want to build that trust and likability within your brand. So for example, if you're selling a book on self-development, your messaging could go like this: the best self-development book we have made, out now. So that's really just about you and the business and the book that you've made. People are probably not going to be interested in that. Or you could just change your messaging slightly and say something like this: read this book to feel more uplifted and have more clarity. Click here to buy now. Now that is just a slight difference in the messaging, and as you can see, it's touching those emotions, it's touching those points in which the customers are struggling, and it's focusing on them instead of talking about you. And this little tweak in your messaging is going to change the game, it's going to change your business, and I promise it will create more sales for you. Okay, so next up, you want to stop wasting money on advertising. Honestly, if you're just starting out your business and you're throwing out paid advertising, you're just wasting so much money. You need to get your messaging clear, you need to have a vision of your customer, and all the steps that I have previously mentioned all comes into this. If you're just going to throw out an advert there and you don't actually know where people are buying from, what's actually working organically, then it's just going to be a complete waste of money. I'm not saying that paid advertising is a waste completely, because it is really good as you scale, but if you're not growing organically by yourself on your own through your messaging, through your business or product or service that's actually giving people results, then there's no point in even having that business. You need to know that it's organically working for you and people are genuinely loving it before you go and spend money on it. This is where a lot of people go wrong, because they just throw out the money before they even know if they have a valuable business, and it's just such a waste of time and effort. Once you know exactly what's working and you know that people are coming in from that way, then you can throw out the advertising money, then you can spend money on the marketing, because you know that that is where it's all coming from. Let's just say people are coming from Facebook and that's where all your sales are coming from. Then of course you can scale up just to make it grow faster, but when you're first starting out, just stay away from it and focusing on growing organically. If you're just starting out in your business and you haven't actually got a clear message or even a business plan, I have created a completely free, really fun and aesthetically pleasing business plan for you. So click the link below and you can download that and it will get sent straight to your inbox. So the last step I just want to talk to you about is to utilize your social media, and don't go overboard with social media. Don't use 5 or 6 different platforms, because you're just going to fall down a rabbit hole and get so overwhelmed. There is so much you can do on social media for your business, but if you're all over the place and your eggs are just everywhere, you're just going to get really confused as to what to actually do. So I would say pick 2 platforms that you're really comfortable on, that you love going on, you love using, you know how to use it, or you can learn if you don't know anything about social media. Then just pick 2. I love Instagram and YouTube. Those are my 2 kind of favourite things. I do kind of Facebook as well, but it depends if you class YouTube as social media or not. And make sure the platforms you choose actually align with your business, because different platforms have different demographics, different psychographics, so it depends on who's actually using those platforms. If you're picking a platform but your target audience isn't going to be there, then it's probably going to be a waste of your time. For example, Facebook has 2.7 billion users per month, and most of them are between 18 and 49 years old. I think it's something like 80% are between those ages. So if you are trying to attract people that are over 50, Facebook might not be the place for you. So 54% of them are females, so there is slightly more females on Facebook, so that might be something else that you want to consider. Whereas Instagram has 1 billion monthly users. Their demographics and age range is a little bit different. They are between 18 and 29. I think it's something like 70% that are between that age, so they definitely have a younger audience. So they have about 51% of female users, so it is a little bit more of a mix, but to be honest, there's not much difference in the male and female between Instagram and Facebook. I hope these marketing tips really helped you and they can move your brand along. I think people kind of miss out the marketing when they're starting a business, and it's something that is really, really important to get right, because if you get it wrong, it can be the difference of making sales and not making sales. So really, really learn a lot about it. I do have a whole series coming out on my YouTube on business, and there's a lot of marketing things. As I said before, I absolutely love talking about it, so these videos will be out every single Monday. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and like this video. Comment below anything that you like to know and any marketing tips you may have for me. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you again next Monday. Bye!